First, make sure you have Roblox Studio installed, and if you don't, it can be downloaded on the develop page near the bottom left. Next, open Roblox Studio and create a base plate. When it opens, go to the View tab and make sure you have Explorer, Properties, and Output. We'll need these because they're essential for editing and scripting games. Now press Ctrl-I to open the object inserter. Search and select Part. It'll insert itself into the workspace, which is just everything you see in the game. In addition to the part, also get a script. This script will open by itself and you'll see print hello world. This coding language here is called Lua. It's universal throughout all of Roblox and is really useful for learning the basics of programming. So if we want to run this code, you could press F5 to start a test version of your game. When testing, look down the output window and you can see it printed hello world. In the actual game, players won't be able to see the output, but it's useful for bug testing and checking for errors. Since you press F5 to test the game, it's only testing the game. All changes here won't save, so press Shift F5 to return back to editing. Now let's say instead of print hello world, we wanted it to print 1. You'd have to make sure print is all lowercase and is in quotation marks and parentheses. Putting the word in quotation marks is a syntax rule, and it tells the computer that it's a string, which is basically just text. Now if we were to print these 3 strings, you'd see that they'd print in order, because scripts run from top to bottom. Strings aren't the only things you can use either. These things are called variables, and there's a lot of different types. Like, you already know this first one's a string, the second one's a float, which is just any number, and the third one is a boolean, which is just true or false. You might be wondering what this green text here is, and it's just a comment. The script basically ignores it. You can make one by typing 2 minuses, and everything after that will be a comment. Now let's say you want your code to print hello 5 times, but you want to add an exclamation point. You'd have to edit each and every one to change it. This doesn't seem like a big deal, but when it's 100 times and not 5, it's a lot more evident. This can be prevented by storing your variable. You can do this by typing this. The local part just defines it as a local variable rather than a normal variable. The difference is it makes it slightly faster for the code to reach it, but not fast enough for you to notice it. It's just the optimal way and you should get in the habit now. The message part is essentially the name of the variable. It's what you use when referring back to the variable. It doesn't have to be message either, it could be anything like 3.0 or was or a mistake. But notice how I use letters for 3.0. That's because if you try to use numbers or spaces when naming variables, the script gets confused. Which is why it's best practice to use letters and underscores only. Also, avoid repeating the same variable, because that can also confuse the script. Now with the basic syntax out of the way, we can actually start making scripts that affect the game. Let's say we want to make changes to the part we spawned in earlier. First, start by storing the part to a local variable for ease of access. I named the variable part. Now to access the part, we can't just type the name part. We need to locate the specific point in the game. When finding anything in the game, you need to go down the tree in the Explorer. So at the top of the tree is always the game. You can't see it in the Explorer, but it basically holds everything you see in the Explorer. When referring to a level below, you separate it with a period like this. Now we can't just do game.part, because we need to tell the script exactly where it is. So if you remember, the part is in workspace, so game.workspace.part. This would work because game is the starting root, and it's going down the branches, workspace then part. Think of it like a file explorer. Now that we have a part stored to a variable, we can make changes to its properties. You can see each object's properties by selecting it and looking in the properties window. Most properties can be changed in this window, but we can make scripts change it for us. So typing this would make it halfway see-through because transparency is just how clear it is, and since it's on a scale from 0 to 1, 0.5 would mean it's halfway. It's important to notice that the period isn't only used to go down the hierarchy, but also used to refer to a property you want to change. Here's a few more lines that makes the part reflective and names it bricky. And you might be thinking, why do I need to type all this stuff to simply make something transparent? I can just select a part and do that. And to that, I'd say, scripting is just manipulating properties to make things do things. For example, if you wanted a door, you'd make it semi-transparent and non-collidable when clicked, and then make it non-transparent and collidable. How do you do that? Well, you might just learn in a future video. All in all, this is just the very basics of scripting, but the foundation is essential for anything.